Alrighty, so it's been a long time since I've done a video with you guys. Anyway, the last while's been really busy at work, so I'm finally back on summer holiday vacation time. So I thought it was time to spend a little bit of time showing you some of the things I've been doing with junk journals and making my own journals. So today I want to show you these two. This is the very first one I made. This is also a recent one that I've made. I also have a couple others I'll show you in another video. But the very first one, let's spend a little bit of time looking at this one. And it's when I made it with cardstock. It's the heavier cardstock. There's a nice little saying on the front. And I have a little charm that I have attached to it. But it was made with cardstock, the cover. So it was I think it's about, I forgot my ruler in the other room. I think it's about 8.5 inches tall by about 4.5 to 5 inches across, roughly. So what I'm using this one for is a commonplace book. And basically what I'll be doing with this one is I'm going to be just inserting all sorts of little sayings and phrases, quotes from different books and things like that I really enjoy, and I'm just going to collect them all in this particular little book. So I'll just either write them on a blank page that's in here, or I will put it on a scrap of paper of some sort and attach it in there somehow. So that's what I'm using this for. So I made this a few weeks, a month ago, thereabout, and I've put a few things in it already. So I have a couple sayings I put on the inside front cover already. I have a piece of vellum with maps on it that I put in here. This is a sheet of scrapbook paper and just a little saying on it. I don't know why I put that on there, but anyway. And a page from, this is a half of a page from a old dictionary from the early 1900s, 1920 something, I think. A little bit of washi tape on there, a couple other, one that I've just taped in here, another just a scrap of paper from another project. And then put in the book, I've got several pages of coffee stain paper, just a couple other little quotes, part of a piece of washi tape that I really like. I don't have an awful lot. That's most of what I have in here. So a sheet of scrapbook paper. This is from a 6x6 pad of scrapbook paper, and a little envelope that I've attached to there with a little note on it. I found the tutorial for making this online somewhere. I don't recall where on earth I saw it now. More coffee stain paper. This is a sheet of paper from Hobonichi book that I had last year, 2 years ago, that I didn't finish. But I've just used some shimmer mist paint, spritzed it on here, so just attach that in. Another page from an old dictionary from the 1920s. It's a little bit longer, so I've just glued down part of the side for a little pocket. Another sheet of scrapbook paper. Dictionary page from the 20s. Another sheet of paper, coffee stain paper. This was a book I found at the library book sale a while back. It had interesting old stains and things in it. It was a book about operas, and it was really interesting because it had a lot of different bits of text in it and little clips of music in there as well, which I thought was really cute. Scrapbook paper, another dictionary page. This is just photocopy paper that I just printed out, an image that I found online that I liked. I've done a pamphlet binding. I didn't do it correctly. I went by memory, which wasn't the best. But anyway, I used it with 7 holes in this one. And then with the end of the whoopsie, sorry, hit the tripod. With the excess string, I just added a little charm onto that. This is the same page as this one, but also a print from the photo or from my printer, and I made a little pocket here. And just going through the second half of the book. So the dictionary page, scrapbook paper, this is from the opera book, coffee stain paper, my dictionary page, scrapbook, the other side of the page here with the little pocket, the Hobonichi page, coffee stain paper, the rest of that 6x6 pad, and just again, more scrapbook paper and coffee stain paper. There's again, I just added an image that I found online and added that in there. Dictionary page, again, the back of the scrapbook paper, and the last of the vellum. At the back, what I did, and I've got a couple things in here I'll show you in just a second. The page was, I cut it down from a 12 by 12 pad. And I left it the full length, and then folded it the excess over, and then just trimmed it down so I have a little pocket in the back. I have part of a page from a 6x6 pad, and I've just rounded the edges, and then I'll just write on it, probably fold it in half and add that into the book later. This is from another, fumble fingers. This is from another dictionary, an old one from the game, I believe the 1920s. I'll have to double check. But this one, I love it. The images and the drawings in here are just fantastic. But it's incredibly fragile. This was actually folded as a page, and it broke. So I'm just keeping it in here. I will probably add this in, glue it in someplace along the line to glue it in somewhere along the line as an extra piece. So that's the very first junk journal that I ever made. I like it. I learned a lot when I was making it, and I think I'm hooked. I think there's going to be a lot more of these in my future. The other one that I made recently, and I saw this on drawing a blank, whose YouTube channel I saw this on. I will figure that out and I will link to it. But she does, every month she does a little journal. She uses a page of scrapbook paper, the cardstock, the heavier paper, and then she just fills it with coffee stain pages. Some of them are folded out. I've just added a piece of washi tape down here, and she just uses coffee stain paper. I did a five hole mattress, why do I keep calling it a mattress stitch? Pamphlet stitch using embroidery thread. So it's just, and this, I started this late in the month, so I only started this June 19th. So it only has a few pages in it because I'm only going to be using it until the end of June, and then I will make another one that I will fill with coffee stain pages for the entire month of July. And I'm planning on using this as kind of a book of intentions. And what I'm going to do with this, it's a daily diary, but I'm going to follow along with the same way that I saw on this tutorial or this other YouTube channel, which I will find and link. And what she does is she writes in it in the morning, and she reflects on what she's planning on doing for the day. And I think that's a really, really good way of doing things. It gets a lot of things that will be rattling around in my head when I wake up in the morning, and it helps me get them down on paper, and things I'm thinking about I need to get done, or I need to work on this, or I need to work on that. And that's what I plan on doing with this. I plan on going through and doing a new one each month. And I'll just be using some of the cardstock that I have, probably the 12 by 12 pads. It's 8.5 or so inches by probably close to 4.5-ish to 5 inches across. My stitching went a little bit wonky on this one. It's not nicely centered all along. It just kind of goes wheep over to the side here. But anyway, those are the two of my junk journals. Well, I don't know if this one qualifies quite as a junk journal, but these are two of the journals that I keep close by to me. I'm going to be using on a regular basis. And so that's my entry into the junk journal world. I have found a hobby that I really enjoy. I know I picked up a bunch of books and things back in December. We're in June right now, but back in the fall in December, and had plans to start doing things with junk journals then, but life got busy, work was very busy and stressful this past several months. So I'm jumping in with both feet and all in on this right now. So that's it for now. I have a couple other ones that I'll spend a little bit. I'll do a couple separate videos where I'll show off a couple other ones that I've made recently. And just thank you for taking the time to watch me or watch my video. If you want, please like and subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. I'm planning on getting onto a more regular filming schedule and plan on doing a lot more filming and a lot more videos coming up. It's something now that I'm doing it again, I found I really miss doing this. So that's it for this little clip, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye everyone.